My sister-in-law slapped me so hard my vision blurred right in the middle of my niece's christening. She dumped my purse, called me a junkie, and banned me from the family while 70 guests watched in dead silence. She thought she could publicly destroy me because of my past. She didn't realize the quiet older man in the back row was a federal judge. I have been sober for 3 years, aptly 1,095 days of meetings, therapy, and rebuilding trust. I paid back every single cent I stole. I showed up sober and punctual to every event, but to my brother Marcus and his wife Rachel, my worst day was my permanent identity. I was just the addict who stole money and ruined holidays. Today was supposed to be completely different. I drove 3 hours in a new dress to celebrate my niece's christening. I bought a silver rattle I saved 2 long months for. I just wanted to be part of the family again. Instead, Rachel cornered me right at my table. "Stay away from my family, you addict," Rachel hissed. Her nails dug into my arm. My cheek burned from the slap. The entire room froze instantly. Champagne glasses stopped in midair. My brother Marcus stared at the floor. My parents looked away. Nobody said a word. "Rachel, I'm sober," I managed to say. "Liar," she snapped. She grabbed my purse and dumped it upside down on the table. Everything scattered everywhere. My keys, lipstick, and a prescription bottle rolled away. Rachel pounced on it like airport security. She held it up to the light. "What's this? You probably left your real stash in the car." My cousin started recording on her phone. Aunt Margaret muttered that addicts can never be trusted. They were stripping away my humanity. Rachel smiled like she had won a prize. "I don't want your addict hands touching my baby," she said loudly. I dropped to my knees. I started picking up my spilled belongings from the floor. Tears blurred my vision. I felt entirely broken. Rachel loomed over me. She yelled about how she found her own sister dead from an overdose. She screamed that I had stolen morphine from our dying grandmother. She laid all my worst sins out for 70 people to judge. Then, a man in a charcoal suit parted the crowd. It was Thomas, my AA sponsor. "Excuse me," Thomas said. His calm voice instantly commanded the silent room. Rachel rolled her eyes hard. "Great. Another addict." Thomas did not flinch at all. He reached into his jacket and pulled out his credentials. "Actually, I am a federal judge," he said calmly. The room's air pressure dropped. Phones were slowly lowered. Rachel's smug smile vanished. Thomas looked directly at her. "I have watched Sarah rebuild her life. She completed 200 hours of court-documented community service. She is clean. She is accountable." He stepped closer to Rachel. His voice turned cold and dangerous. "What you just did is physically assaulting someone in recovery. You dumped her belongings in public. You harassed her based on a documented disability under the ADA. Rachel went pale. Marcus looked sick. "I have just documented this incident," Thomas continued. "Date, time, location, and 70 witnesses. If Sarah presses charges for assault, I will provide a sworn statement." You could hear a pin drop. My dad suddenly found his spine. He told Rachel she owed me an apology. Rachel tried to argue back. Thomas cut her off. "9 words, he said softly. "I'm sorry for hitting you. That was wrong. I suggest you choose them carefully." Rachel looked trapped. She looked at the cameras. She looked at the judge. Finally, she looked at me. "I'm sorry for hitting you," she choked out. "That was wrong." Thomas turned to me. He asked if I wanted to press charges. Every eye in the room stared directly at me. I thought about the 3 years of pure humiliation. I thought about crawling on the floor. "No," I said quietly. Thomas nodded. He told the room that I had earned my right to be treated with human dignity. Then he smiled at me and walked out. My mother rushed over to hug me. Marcus stepped forward too. I held up my hand. I picked up my broken purse. I walked out of that hall with my head held high.